Hello and welcome to Real. At Catholic churches across the diocese over the last week, people may have noticed some changes when they attended Mass. It was all in response to concerns surrounding the coronavirus outbreak. Steve KILTONIC joins us now with how the Catholic community, from the Vatican to right here in Western Massachusetts, is dealing with this healthcare scare.
The World Health Organization has called COVID-19, or the coronavirus, a global pandemic. As of March 12th, there have been nearly 130,000 confirmed cases and just over 4,700 deaths. The countries hit hardest include the epicenter of the virus, China, along with Italy, Iran, and South Korea. Over the past week, Italy instituted drastic measures, closing down its borders and putting its citizens under quarantine. The Italian government has also banned all public masses until April 3rd. In response, the Vatican has closed all Vatican museums, as well as the necropolis under St. Peter's Square, and the museums of the Papal Basilica at the Vatican. Beginning March 9th, Pope Francis celebrated early morning Mass from the chapel of his residence via a live broadcast to discourage people from gathering in large numbers. The Mass will continue to be live-streamed without the usual small group of the faithful in attendance. Earlier this week, as the virus spread throughout Italy, the Vatican closed St. Peter's Square and Basilica. Elsewhere, the traditional St. Patrick's Day parades in Dublin, Boston, and now Holyoke have been canceled. Over 1,400 are confirmed to attend the Catholic Life Conference at the Mass Mutual Center, which now has been moved from March 21st to October 17th at the same venue. And with more coronavirus cases reported in the Berkshires, the Divine Mercy Sunday Mass celebration held the week after Easter has also been canceled.
We are being prudent. We are trying to take every precautionary effort possible to protect those. And we're afraid that if we didn't cancel the special events, 25,000 people would come here, and that would make it 25 times even greater than our normal Sunday crowds to catch something. And we don't want that to happen.
In the United States, the virus has spread to all but a handful of states. Over 13,300 have tested positive, and 38 have died. As the virus continues to spread, precautionary measures have been implemented by many U.S. bishops, including Springfield Bishop Mitch Rosansky. In response to the outbreak, Bishop Rosansky has issued several directives, which will remain in effect indefinitely at parishes and schools across the diocese. This past Friday, Bishop Mitchell Rosansky directed all parishes in the diocese to cancel all masses and activities until further notice. At Our Lady of the Sacred Heart Parish in Springfield, Father Ryan Rooney spoke to parishioners about the directives prior to Saturday afternoon Mass.
It's difficult when something is so rote in you, like extending your hand to shake someone's hand, to well, maybe I can do a fist pump, or I can refrain from doing that sign just because we want to keep each other safe.
Father Rooney said because of the uncertainty regarding coronavirus, it's always better to be overcautious.
I think we need to just be prepared for whatever is to come. Our media is telling us we don't know, and that's a scary place to be for some people, but we do know best practices on how to keep safe. Wash your hands. Don't come to church if you're sick. We want to keep the majority of our people safe, so please stay home and watch Mass on Chalice of Salvation.
I respect the bishop for being proactive and making some changes to the Mass and to make it safer.
Chris said people in the diocese shouldn't start to panic yet, and she accepts the coronavirus as part of everyday life.
Every couple of years there seems to be some kind of a outbreak or an epidemic. So, I mean, you can't be prepared for absolutely everything. You just have to respond as needed.
What do you think, Roy? You agree, or do you think more could have been done?
Yeah, I think hindsight is, there's 20/20 hindsight in this, but could more be done? Possibly, but I think they're doing a good job trying to catch up with this thing.
And it was also kind of different to see people just going peace instead of shaking hands and just having that personal touch.
Cerebral has 2 young daughters in school and worries about their well-being should the virus become more serious here.
This is very concerning. My daughters go to St. Michael's Academy, and they have a great program in place, which is the blizzard bags. They use it usually for snow. But just to see that everything's got to stop systematically and we're not preparing enough for it, yes, it is concerning.
At Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament in Westfield, Father Dan Pocalk says he hasn't had any grumblings from his parishioners regarding the bishop's directives.
Well, I think people are taking it in stride. I think people appreciate all the precautions that are being taken. Sometimes it feels a little bit like it might be over cautiousness, but certainly the things that Bishop has asked us to do in terms of Mass, I think people are understanding of it.
Father Pocalk said that during past flu seasons, he recommends waving the hands or nodding the head as alternatives to actual shaking the sign of peace.
We have some extra bottles of hand sanitizer around just for people that like to have that available wherever they go.
Father Pocalk said the biggest challenge for parishioners occurs at the end of Mass when everyone walks out.
It's been a tradition to greet people, and we greet them, but you just have to kind of get used to not always extending your hand, but doing it more with a smile and a greeting.
For Real to Real, I'm Steve Kiltonic.
Bishop Brzezinski is working with his cabinet, parishes, and schools in developing contingency plans should there be a need for further action. And the Catholic Life Conference scheduled for the Mass Mutual Center next Saturday, March 21st, has been postponed. We will certainly keep you posted with the latest information on our news and information site, iobserve.org.